Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids, and in today's video we've got this new Champion Chase tournament. I did a video on this yesterday. Everyone's delighted. Everyone's loving the 6-star perfect soul. Only for people who are first place. Well, we're coming in here. We already have some guy with 10,900 points. That's roughly about 100 void shards done already. I am genuinely curious how high these are going to go. We're obviously not going to go for it. So what I've been trying to work out, guys, as well, is if I open up Plarium Play, these are sort of the decisions that are left for us now, because how far do I want to go in this Champion Chase event? I have done everything so far in the Serpent Titan event. I've got everything. I'm at 1,170 points. That's obviously not including the Champion Chase, but it's doing everything else so far. Everything else. So if you are at 1,170 points, you've done everything. If you've missed them, make sure you're aware of where you've skipped and what's left. Now, in terms of what is left over here on Plarium Play, we are here right here on Friday. We've got the Champion Chase on right now. Special weekend offers. Fantastic. But there's basically Ice Golem, Fire Knight, overlapping Dungeon Divers. Actually, not fully. The Fire Knight doesn't fully overlap it. So Ice Golem, Fire Knight, Dungeon Divers. There's a classic arena takedown and an artifact enhancement. Now that is it. It is hard to know. It's hard to know exactly how these points are going to go. So there's 200 points. There's 580 points left, right? Because there's 1750 points total. So if I take away the points I've got from that, there's 580 left. 200 in the Champion Chase, split into 50 and 150. I'm guessing the Ice Golem and Fire Knight tournaments are both going to be epic only turn attack tournaments, because that's what we've seen for the last couple of days. We saw that with Spider and with Dragon. So yeah, Spider, then Dragon. These are the last two dungeons then, like gear dungeons, Ice Golem and Fire Knight. I'm expecting those to be epic turn attack tournaments. I've actually found these very fun. But I think Ice Golem and Fire Knight are probably harder. I think Dragon was very easily doable, a stage 10 hard. Epic only. Same thing with... In fact, let me show you my teams. I can show you my teams. For Spider, I was lazy. I only did stage 6, but it's super viable. In fact, very easy to do stage 10. Akemptum is like so busted for this. Akemptum, hard frickin' carries. I was not bothered re-gearing champions, so like my Seer was too slow. My Seer was not slow enough. It was not fast enough to go before the boss, and I wasn't bothered re-gearing. I probably should have with the free re-gearing stuff, but anyway, whatever. So I used this team, which was like super safe on stage 6, but it probably would have worked on stage 10, and definitely stage 10 was super doable. Then the team above was for Dragon Hard stage 10, which again, Akemptum has been clutch for both of these. So Akemptum coming in MVP. Now you need obviously a lot of gear on these champions. Like my Rector Drath is +4, and she was getting beat up, so it's not easy. I think these last two dungeons are the harder ones. I think Ice Golem, Fire Knight, to do those at epics only is tough. I think like for Fire Knight, probably be stage 25 normal. That's very easy, but you don't get any mythical gear. Quite hard to do Fire Knight with epics only. It's quite hard enough to do stage 10 with legendaries. Epics only, you'd need some intensive champs and gear. Ice Golem, probably doable, but it'd be fairly slow with epics only. But these three are probably going to go together. Now, I'm not sure how the point split will go between Dungeon Divers and Artifact. I think both of the epic only turn attacks were 80 points each before. Dungeon Divers, it could vary massively. Same with Artifact Enhancement. I think that the Classic Arena will probably be very small. I mean, that could be more points. It might not. That one's a bit of a gimme. The more points it is, the better, honestly. But there's probably a decent chunk between these. I mean, the possibility, of course, they could do like over 100 in Dungeon Divers, and they could do like 50 or something in Artifact Enhancement. It's hard to know. But essentially, I'm looking at this saying, I have 250 points to skip. What am I skipping? So I think the 150 Champion Chase points is the easy skip for me. Skip those 150 Champ Chase. Don't worry about it. And it's sort of the slightly awkward thing here is the last Dungeon Divers event in this type was actually pretty easy. It was like 3,000 points, and that was to max out everything and get the free pull. We're going to do our free prison pull in a second. It was one of the easier Dungeon Divers they've done. It was actually surprisingly good. So we'll see with this one. These definitely go together. By doing Ice Golem Fire Knight, you're going to do a chunk of Dungeon Divers anyway. So yeah, I'm thinking I skip the 150 here. And then maybe I honestly skip the Epic Fire Knight. Might be the play. Right? Just be like, don't bother with that. I'll just blitz Dungeon Divers out really fast in stage 10 of Spider and get to farming some Masteries or Sand Devil or something. That might be what I do. But that's sort of the thoughts there. Now, we don't have any news on the upcoming Fusion, but I'm presuming it starts probably on Thursday, the 1st of August, is my guess. But we haven't heard anything. But that would be my guess. We've got Champion Chase here this weekend. Tuesday, Wednesday should be CVC. So I will see you guys for that. We'll stream that. That should be good fun. So I'll see you all for a nice CVC stream on Tuesday and Wednesday. I think this one is due to be personal rewards. That's, yeah, fairly intensive. I kind of lost track of things a little bit because of Siege, because I enjoyed Siege. We'll talk about that in a second, actually. I've enjoyed it, but boy, has it got some big problems. But yeah, I really think that we have a summon rush, I think, basically at the start of August, and I think the Fusion will start there probably. We haven't heard anything about it, so maybe we'll hear today, maybe over the weekend, maybe on Monday. I mean, in the past, like, it's been a long time. They have launched Fusions on like Mondays and stuff. They could even push it back a week, but what are they going to do the week after? I think 90% sure the Fusion's going to be Thursday the 1st, which is after CVC, after the Titan event, pretty much. So yeah, that's where we're at. Anyway, that's where we got. Before we do our Prism pulls, just to mention Siege. So the first Siege is over. We did lose one tower only. One tower only. My defense held out, but for a little bit, I think I got like... Hang on, I can actually show you. I got a few defensive wins. It wasn't too bad all time. Okay, I got 9 defensive wins, but then I died to the 10th attack. The 10th attack took me out, and we were gone. We were done. So this tower was destroyed, which is very, very sad. But now, if we want to... Here's the thing, right? Before we could even think about upgrading the tower, you need to repair the tower. That's 1,000 florins. I think to repair your stronghold, if you lost and your stronghold was destroyed, I'm pretty sure it's like 5,000 florins. It is very, very expensive to repair your stronghold. So I think there's a lot of clans out there that are sitting there going, Nub, every single one of our buildings is being destroyed. I'm like, here's me. I have 300 florins. Now, the building I was defending was destroyed. 300. But if I multiply 300 by 30 people, that's, what, 9,000? So you could spend all of your florins and you could repair maybe half of your stronghold. You can't upgrade anything. It's just repairing it. Half of your stronghold would still be destroyed, or half of your fortress would still be destroyed. A bunch of the towers would still be broken. And then, hey, if you come in and you lose again the next time, you'll be even worse off. So it's pretty rough. And I think I got extra florins. I think if you lost the siege, you'll have less. I think I've got a good chunk because we won. So it's rough. You could spend your entire time with just a destroyed fortress and never be able to upgrade, never be able to recover. In fact, Plarium has actually said today in content creator chat, I believe what they said was, after you upgrade your buildings, when they go to higher levels, it costs more florins to repair them. So our defense tower 1, to repair that, is 1,000. If you get it up to level 2 or level 3, I don't know, maybe it goes to like 2 or 3,000 or 1.5, 2,000. I have no idea, but it gets more expensive, which is rough. Now, as you can see, I was testing this out. You can actually put a defense in, so we can still defend this tower. We just don't get any bonus, or we cannot set any bonuses. That's actually not too big of a deal. Now, the bigger question would be, let's say over here in your stronghold, activating Magic Tower bonus 4 here spreads that bonus to the stronghold and both defense towers. Now, if defense tower 5 was destroyed, you obviously couldn't set its own bonus. Like you can set a bonus here, but I wonder if that disables the Magic Tower bonus as well. I'm not 100% sure. If the Magic Tower bonus still works, it's not too bad. The defense towers, applying bonuses is more of a luxury, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure about this. It seems pretty rough. Like this seems like the mode will sort of work fairly well if you're winning, or if both teams only destroy a small bit of the fortress, is not so bad. And like we lost some posts and the posts are fine. The posts work just fine. But yeah, once your buildings start getting destroyed, it becomes quite rough. And obviously, as you can see as well, if you activate any posts, they're not activated the next time. So any mana orbs that you spent don't come back. So what you might do, like if your whole fortress is destroyed, you might say, all right, well, let's take a bit of a loss the next time. Let's expect to lose, and we'll just save our mana orbs and take it easy. I don't know if that's even worth it. I don't know. I think it actually makes it kind of worth spending mana orbs to try to not have your buildings destroyed so you can actually upgrade stuff. Not sure. Like upgrading the stronghold, it just lets you, it gives you another level of bonuses. These are even more expensive. So yeah, I'm not sure if you'd ever really use those. I think stronghold level 3 is really good where it gives you much more general bonuses. Like this one is great. Defense team champs do 5% more damage for each buff on the target just everywhere in your fortress. That's super good. But it's going to be really heckin' expensive to get your stronghold upgraded, like very much so. So we'll see. But yeah, the good news is if your buildings are destroyed, you can still stat defenses and you can just save the mana orbs and it's not a huge deal. I would not. Here's the thing. Don't repair your buildings if you're not going to spend mana orbs. What's the point, right? If I'm not going to put any bonus in this defense tower, why would we repair it? All that repairing it does. If we repair this and we're not intending to put a bonus, all repairing it does is mean that it can get destroyed again and we'll have to pay again. We're not getting any benefit. There's no benefit. There's no benefit to it if you're not going to put a bonus on it. So yeah, like this defense tower 1, you could probably just leave it destroyed for ages, like until you've got a surplus of mana orbs, and I don't know if you will. Again, if you lost, you probably don't have many, so no biggie, just leave them destroyed. But like that's sort of what's happening with Siege at the moment. We're still very, I think it's still very much one of those things that we're working out exactly how it works. I do feel like it seems kind of clunky design where if you lose once, my goodness, you're so far behind. Like you are so far behind. Even just losing one siege, you are so far behind. And not to mention, I got a few people that both teams fully destroyed the enemy's fortress. So both fortresses are fully destroyed. They both got max points. They both got whatever, the 5,000 points for fully destroying everything. But both teams lost because both fortresses were fully destroyed. They were dead even because they did everything. Each team maxed out the available points and they both lose. So in that situation, you're coming out going, well, we just lost and our entire fortress is gone for two different clans. Like, it's absolutely brutal. It really is. There's a lot of problems there. But yeah, don't rush into repairing stuff if you're not going to spend mana orbs. It's not going to help you. And definitely, yeah, you're going to want to be strategic about which buildings you repair. And definitely, I think setting up like good posts in these choke points, like I'm not going to show you what we've got here, but post 8's a pretty good one. If you can have a really good choke point in post 8, you can block quite a bit of stuff off. Again, post 15, I think is really powerful as well. You can buff post 15 with Magic Tower 3. And if you've got a really good team with really good limitations holding that choke point, you can hold people off for ages. Same with Defense Tower 3. Like, you activate Magic Tower 3, you've got a sick defense in post 15 and good defenses in Defense Tower 3. Like, you can really cut off almost all access. The only way for people to go then is through this right-hand side into your base, which makes it easier for you to defend. Anyway, bunch of that stuff. Let's do some pulls. It is time. So, first of all, I mean, actually, let me work this out for you guys. So we've got our Champion Chase tournament. Wants to open. So yeah, we've got 42,000 or 4,000 to 42,000, 4,200 and 1,150. Hang on, let me just math this out. Okay, so I think roughly each Void Shard is worth on average 104 points. Now, you're dealing with quite a small sample size of Void Shards when you're pulling. So luck will have a pretty big impact on this, but roughly 40 Voids for the 4,200 and roughly 11 for 11,050. Roughly. Now we'll see. We might get quite a jump here, depending on our Prism Shard. So I didn't buy any. I did think, for people that are whales, this is a pretty good event to be a whale for. I just have the 2 free ones, so let's go. I'm saving my budget for maybe some primals. I think buying primals and pulling those is a fun way for me to do a budget. It's an epic, of course. I have never gotten a legend. Or did we? I did get the Ogren tribe. Maybe I got the Ogren tribe from this. I can't remember. I got the Ogren faction unity guy. I haven't really found a use for him yet, to be honest. He just does faction wars. That's 2 epics. Dalaja And Basilisk. Well, okay. I've got actually a pretty highly awakened Dalaja, I think. And let me see. Dalaja. Did I spell it wrong? Yes, I did. So I've got one ready for the Mikage fusion, and then we can make this one +4. We'll have a +4 Dalaja. That's funny. And then what was the other one? Basilisk, I think. He's actually a pretty good one. Basilisk, yeah, I have him +1, so we can get him to +2, which is actually quite nice. So, okay, we'll take those. That gives us 500 points, which helps a little bit. I think we just pull a few individual voids. Yeah, 500. I think we just go for the 50. I'm not going to go further. I'm going to save my voids. It's a pretty big chunk of voids, right? We're effectively looking at 30 extra void shards to go for the extra points. And like I said, for me, having done every event so far, I'm more looking for stuff to skip. Now, I think that this Champion Chase event is much easier than the Deck of Fate. The Deck of Fate was absolutely brutal, but I did do it. I had lots of Eternals saved up. I did it. So that's okay. So this one is much better. It's a 2x Void with a nice 10x. We've got Cardial in there. This is a good event. So this is definitely the much easier one to do than the Deck of Fate, but I've done the Deck of Fate, so we'll try to skip most of this. Got ourselves an epic. Not an epic, a rare. We do want epics. Epics are worth 350 points, so they're a lot. Pretty much one epic and a few rares will do us. So we're just going to pull these individually. I guess I need maybe about 2 epics. Well, we're getting quite a few rares. So Arbalester, we can use her for the fusion. The Broadmaw fusion, which is nice. Rare again. Dilgal. Where's the 2x epics? Oh, it's another rare. Okay, we're due an epic eventually, surely. Oh, it's another rare. Power specs. We're due a Cardial, surely. Cardial, right? It only takes one. There's an epic. It is Basher. Basher's a good champ. Basher, actually, as a lockout champ, actually has quite a bit of viability, I would say, in Clan Siege. It's actually probably worth building up Basher. I will definitely take an empowerment for him. Okay, great. 1153. Look at that. Calculated. Everything worked out in the end. So good. We're good to go. I'm going to stop there. I'm going to save my shards for stuff in the future. Yeah, it's interesting. We might have some big summon event. Like, I wonder for CVC here, they might do something, or it might just be we're into a summon rush. Might be a bit more chill. Definitely big CVC. See, I think it's going to be personal rewards. We'll find out, but I'd say it's probably personal rewards CVC. But yeah, there we go. So in terms of the shard savings, 163 void. We're really good in the voids. 22 sacreds. We're decent on that. Of course, we are coming into a summon rush for a fusion probably in a week. So these are probably going to be used up. 18 primals, not bad. I've not been doing any live arena, so we've missed out on a few there, but hey. Ancients, we're back up to 67. Okay, we're getting there. So we're okay. We're okay in that. So yeah, that's me. That's my shard pulls. We are done. We are good. No Teox for me, which is a bummer. And we're saving stuff up. So now we're up to 1,220. Yeah, we're almost there. We are almost there. Doesn't look like it's too bad. I'm going to save these multi-battle attempts for, yeah, probably for doing those dungeons and stuff. But guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Yeah. Let me know. Like with Siege is still so early, but yeah, you can obviously let me know any thoughts you guys have about Siege. By the way, I have set my defense in. You can just remove this defense for free. So I think it's sort of helpful to, like, for my clan leaders. I don't know if it is or not. Be like, hey, this is what I ran last time, and you can decide if that sucks or not, basically. But yeah, that's where we're at. That is Siege. Yeah, these are, like I said, these are the events that are left. Yeah, that are left to go. So plan out what you need to do, what you need to skip. Again, Dungeon Divers and Artifact Enhancement are very much guesswork in terms of how many points they are. They could vary wildly. And all of them could vary, but I think that Classic will be fairly low, and Ice Golem and Fire Knight probably 80 only, but you need to have Epic only teams ready to go. Shouldn't be too bad for Stage 20, but normal. But if you want to do Stage 25 or hard, could be rough. Guys, thanks for watching. Have a good Friday. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.